We're a month away for WrestleMania, but things are just getting pisher upon pisher upon pisher here on Friday nights with a new champ crowned, with a boring ass promo with Ronda Rousey in action, with also Austin Theory challenging Pat McAfee to a match.
Although, I mean, as bad as SmackDown is, I would say it's probably the only show that I watch weekly that I don't feel like killing myself watching.
True.
I feel like it's better.
NXT, you know what? NXT is probably second
I feel like
by a country mile.
SmackDown.
That doesn't mean it's good.
SmackDown's better than Raw and it's shorter. And for that reason alone, I mean, come on.
Yeah, I mean, Rampage is only an hour, guys, but I mean, god damn, it's a bad hour. Not that these 2 hours are great, but we're here.
I tell you what, I prefer NXT 2.0 over the other NXT. The other NXT was basically like watching AEW in black and gold.
Yeah, no, honestly, guys.
NXT 2.0 is kind of like watching a weird version of, like, I think McMahon's going for like ruthless aggression, but a pish, really pish.
It's
pish
like
version of it.
It's like a 2 hour edition of fucking Velocity with jobbers.
It's I'd say it's edgier than anything they're doing on the
Like,
main
it's the
shows.
best stuff Ziggler's done in years, even though Ziggler's awful, but Braun Breaker's good. Waller and LA Knight in the feud's alright.
I like that other guy, Dexter. Even the women, I think, on NXT, I think Mandy Rose's group's pretty
Wade
good.
Barrett's not the worst on commentary, and that's probably where I draw the line.
Well, I mean,
Line in the
no,
sand.
but I would legit argue NXT 2.0's got a better women's roster than Raw or SmackDown.
And that's sad, like.
I mean, I'm looking at Raw and SmackDown. It's Jobber City. I mean, you look at Raw, Nikki Ash, Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley. You know, people don't give a shit about. Then you got SmackDown, Xia Li,
Lim.
whatever she's called, Natalia, Aaliyah. I mean,
Get in the bin.
don't care.
Ali your ass on it here,
I mean,
jabroni.
I would definitely say the NXT 2.0 is it's interesting. But anyway, this is a SmackDown review.
Exactly, and we kicked off the show with
Ricochet versus Sami Zayn.
Woo!
Intercontinental Champion on the line. Ricochet apparently positioned as the number 2 babyface, and that might be true. Could he defeat Sami Zayn for the Intercontinental title? Sami Zayn just won this belt recently. Thanks to interference for Johnny Knoxville. Ricochet rolled up Sami Zayn. Then Knoxville challenged Sami Zayn to a match, and he called him the Intercontinental Champion?
Yeah.
Something like that. I mean, a bit lame, like, but yeah. Here, I don't mind Johnny Knoxville, right? Apart from the fact that it looks like Megan Rapinoe. Yeah, I think Johnny. You can just tell, even Johnny Knoxville, he got like this presence about him.
Yeah. Johnny Knoxville shows up, you stand up and take notice.
Yeah, no, there's a
Not that he's a draw, like, but
no,
he's,
yeah, he would have been.
well, he's probably the fucking third biggest draw on this show.
I would see that. See when Knoxville had that match in 2006, he just seems like he seems like a loser be tough enough, or something like that. But now in 2022, everyone wrestling shit. Johnny Knoxville actually seems like a big deal, even though he's not been relevant in like 15 years. So it's strange, you know. I guess it's just, I mean, Arnold Schwarzenegger turned up in the Attitude Era and it was cool, but you didn't feel like, fuck, there's Arnold Schwarzenegger. You know, it didn't feel that big.
Yeah.
But like, if Prime Arnold turned up in wrestling in 2022, I think you'd be freaking
It'd be fucking
out, like,
groundbreaking.
no, I mean, you'd be looking at him and he'd be making everyone else look like popsicle sticks. It would be mad. But anyway, Sami Zayn chases down a cameraman backstage, said, "You want to follow me? Follow me to WrestleMania." He issues a challenge then to Johnny Knoxville, and I guess we're getting Sami Zayn versus Johnny Knoxville at WrestleMania. I don't like the 2 nights at WrestleMania, because basically now you get a bunch of watered down shit. Not that I'm saying, I mean, Sami Zayn's been one of the more entertaining people, and like I said, Knoxville, I don't mind a celebrity match, but I guarantee there's going to be about 5 or 6 matches that happen over these 2 nights that should be nowhere near a WrestleMania card.
And tell you what, guys, if they continue this 2-night system over like the next cut, like say 10 years, fuck me. There's nobody.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's just Happy Corbin versus Drew McIntyre. Should that really be?
See, like the trajectory of Reigns. Like, I'm not saying he's. I was going to say he's not The Rock, but I can see Reigns leaving for movies. Like, I'm not saying he's going to be The Rock and Cena in terms of movies, but I can see that happening.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And that could very easily happen. But next up, we had Big E taking on Sheamus with an ATV. That's basically the whole storyline here. We've got what's his Riddick Moss, is it?
No, Riddick Moss is
No, that's
Madcap
Madcap.
Moss.
So Riddick.
Ridge Holland.
Who's
Like,
Riddick?
See, Riddick Moss is Madcap Moss.
Is it?
What?
The fuck?
See Madcap Moss, Ridge Holland, Boogs. I mean,
Where did these three come from? Did they were even on NXT?
I think so. But there's nothing that, I mean, they're literally all the same guy. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of, like, SmackDown 2003. Matt Morgan, Nathan Jones.
Luther Reigns.
So fucking just, guys that are, like, biggish in size. I mean, they wouldn't have looked that big back in the day, but now they actually look like fucking giants because everyone else is midgets. And, I mean, yeah, there's just nothing special about them, right? They're all the same. They could all do the same job, in my opinion. But yeah, Sheamus beats up Big E in the ring. Ridge Holland attacks Kofi Kingston with a chair. They beat up the ATV. They steal the ATV and they dismantle it backstage. Kofi Kingston was shaking his ass while playing the New Day theme song with the horn of the ATV. And I've never wanted somebody to get run over as much in my life. So, yeah, Kofi Kingston.
I hate him.
I'd have probably said that Big E was the worst world champion of all time. But, I mean, I flip-flop between Kofi Kingston and Big E. I mean, Big E, I think, at least has the size, but I think the fact that Big E has the size and he still acts the way he does...
No, right. See Big E...
worse.
No, I get you, right? But see when Kofi Kingston was in that chamber and gauntlet matches and he was burying like 6 people at once, at least with Big E, he's got the physical presence. It's half viable, but Kofi was burying main eventers like...
Yeah, no.
You know what I mean? He was fucking beating Orton.
That doesn't sit right with me.
Like, alright, see in 2009, it was a fun wee feud, right? Kofi was just in, and he's having this feud with Orton. It kind of made him feel a bit important. But see fucking 10 years later, when he's still a mid-card bum, he shouldn't be fucking for the belt. Embarrassing.
I mean, here, I'll tell you what. I mean, Dolph Ziggler probably looks at what happened to Kofi Kingston. He's thinking, yeah, still hope for me. Although the only difference is Dolph Ziggler went black, so the chances of him getting a bit title
Drastically go down.
But I mean, you just did not see how can Kofi Kingston, a guy that came in and actually got a push, and it went nowhere, then just became a mid-carder for life, then all of a sudden gets a title shot. Just makes
Exactly.
No sense.
Next up, though, we have Michael Cole and Pat McAfee.
I mean, Big E as well, though, to be fair. Came in as Dolph Ziggler's bodyguard and done fuck all. Got shoved into tag teams.
That's pretty much it, man. But Michael Cole, Pat McAfee, talking about McMahon's appearance on the podcast. He's going to have a Mania match. Not McMahon, McAfee. Out comes McMahon's stooge. Austin Theory says, yeah, you're going to be against me, buddy. Slaps him. Pat McAfee's like, who the fuck's this guy? We're both all like that. Everyone's like that. This is the last guy in the chamber match. I'll let you know.
Cole's telling him, don't worry about it. You'll get him at Mania. I mean,
it's 3 weeks. Relax. You've got this is fucking Mania, guys. And Michael Cole is telling him, don't worry about him. Wait the Mania. Where's the build-up? Could you imagine if every feud that was the memo?
Right,
oh, don't worry about it. What's the build-up?
JR says to Austin, don't worry about Rock. You'll get him at Mania. Leave him alone for the next 3 weeks. I mean,
who cares if your career's on the line, Michaels? You don't need to see The Undertaker until then.
For fuck's sake. I mean...
Woo! Garbage. maybe that's what they told Taker in his feud with Cena. You don't need to worry about John.
Just turn up on the night.
Taker's just sitting there in a fucking rocking chair in the middle of Death Valley watching Big John touch the kids.
I mean, McAfee. I like Pat McAfee, but I mean, come on.
Yeah, right. Call about Pat McAfee. He also stood on the table while Boogs and Nakamura came the Usos, battered those two. Then out comes Reigns for a boring, drab promo. 5 minutes of fuck all this was.
Yeah, Reigns literally said nothing.
He says words, but we don't take any.
I mean, the title on the YouTube vids, Roman Reigns makes a powerful statement. I mean,
like, I'm not saying when Brock comes out, everything he says is meaningful, but it's funny.
You pay
it's
attention.
Funny, like,
you
know what I mean? It's like each time Brock comes out, it's like unique. It's like a funny thing he says.
I could recall everything Brock says.
Yeah,
I could not recall one thing Reigns said. Probably spoke shit about going to be the champion and...
You're going to acknowledge me?
Aye, that's it. Acknowledge me. I run the place. I run SmackDown.
But like last week, it'll be, I'm going to make you my bitch, and then I'm going to Goldberg. I mean, there's nothing fucking special about it. It's just...
Shite. Speaking of nothing special...
And also, right, does he need Heyman? Why can't Heyman be GM? Or Raw? Fuck it. You know what I mean? Like, what is Heyman doing for Reigns, and what is Reigns doing for Heyman?
As long as they don't put Heyman back to Brock, that's all I care about.
Veneer got it.
Up next, speaking of nothing special, with the Viking Raiders versus the Usos, SmackDown Tag Team titles. Raid. I mean, what? I mean,
Rape. Fucking pish.
this show's fucking raping me in my insanity, man. It's the Viking Raiders are fucking dog shit. Again, it's the Ascension. It's the who's that? Two fucking fat Mexican spicks that came out with Seth Rollins. Offers of Pain. It's the same fucking team, man.
They're Albanians.
Right, car wash
Probably
or something.
fighting for fucking Putin or something.
I remember. No wait. Do you remember they made? Oh no, you must remember.
They said they were undefeated and they were too dangerous. They had to go to WWE.
Yeah, I remember they said
they
they'd
couldn't
been
win a fucking match.
Remember they done segment, the promos vignettes. So they said, "Oh, we've been fighting outside of the," and then nothing happened.
I know.
Fear my hand. Where's he coming?
Nah, see that's a rip. That's a rip, man. His Indian takeaway order got fucking lost in transition.
You're gonna go no DQ one day, and it's gonna be
released.
WWE releases.
My man does it for the fucking banter. He does. This guy's probably locked up in a fucking Indian well somewhere.
Trapped inside a Punjabi prison.
McMahon's just burying him, but
right. Anyway,
what do we have next?
The Usos beat the Viking Raiders. Thank fuck. Yeah, the Viking Raiders.
What match main event at this show? Ronda Rousey.
Alright.
Was that next? Please tell me that was next.
No. With Drew McIntyre versus Jinder Mahal. Pat McAfee put over how big Jinder Mahal is in person. He said he doesn't get to see Jinder Mahal in person much. Drew McIntyre beats Jinder Mahal relatively easy, even though Shanky tried to get involved. Is there any chance Drew could ask Jinder, where's fear? I mean, that's kind of...
Jinder, where's fear?
Where's fear, my man? Backstage with Madcap Moss and Happy Corbin playing poker. What is it? Oh my god, he came out with one of the weird... So what is it? What do you call a Scotsman that... What do you... Oh, he came out with something mad. He said, like, some awful joke. Like, what do you call a Scotsman who refuses to fight Happy Corbin at WrestleMania? The Back Down Warrior.
That's fucking... What the fuck is that?
Like SmackDown back. Oh, fuck. And Pat McAfee bangs him. He's like, even the paid stooges didn't laugh because there was a bunch of guys sitting around the poker table. And oh man, yeah. And then they're playing darts, and fucking later on in another segment, they're playing darts, and you got the darts going into the board, and then all of a sudden, the fucking Drew McIntyre's sword flies through the air and lands in the dartboard. These two take off, and Pat McAfee puts over the fact that he almost hit a treble 20 with the dart with the sword. Oh man, I mean, I would actually say the jokes from Madcap Moss, they're actually that bad that they're funny. I mean, they are legit funny because they're so bad. I know that's probably not what they're going for, but it is better. I've always said it's better that something be really bad than just bad, because if something's bad, it's just bad. But if something's so fucking awful, sometimes it can have like a, like a comical effect to it, and I think that's certainly what we get here with Madcap Moss's jokes. With Naomi versus Carmella, Naomi beat Carmella, Sasha Banks got in the ring, I guess they celebrate it, I guess they're going to have a tag title match at Mania. I mean, Naomi and Sasha Banks weren't even a tag team until last week, then all of a sudden, without having to earn a shot, without having to face any other tag teams, probably because there is no other tag teams, they're the number one contenders and they're getting a title shot at Mania, the grandest stage of them all. You know what, that's fucking sickening. Like I say, I mentioned earlier how there's a shitload of matches that will happen in Mania that just deserve to be nowhere near a Mania card, and this Naomi and Sasha Banks versus Carmella and Selena Vega is one of them. Then we had the main event, Ronda Rousey versus Sonya Deville, and they actually had a match. It wasn't long, it didn't take forever. Sonya Deville actually got a bit of offense in, even though it was, basically partially down to the fact that Charlotte Flair was at ringside causing a distraction. And then late into the match, Ronda Rousey kind of just starts grabbing Sonya Deville by the arm and legit just tossing her around. It sort of reminded me of a Stevie Seagal movie where he's just like legit fucking throwing his opponents everywhere around the ring, manhandling them, or should I say woman handling them. Then she hits the Piper's Pit, And then she locks in the armbar, makes Sonya tap out. After the match, Ronda Rousey wants Charlotte Flair. Charlotte Flair's like, oh, you want me? Charlotte Flair gets in, goes for a big boot. Ronda catches her, puts her into an ankle lock, and then makes her tap out. And they put over the fact that Charlotte called Ronda a one-trick pony, but in fact she's not a one-trick pony because she made Charlotte tap out with the ankle lock. So it was the ankle lock instead of the ankle lock instead of the armbar. So that's it, guys. There's your SmackDown review. I mean, it wasn't great. I mean, I guess the main event was alright. Some of the Madcap Moses jokes were so bad they were funny, and I guess the Pat McAfee and Austin Theory stuff was alright. I mean, overall, not great. I'll give it a 1. A 1 out of 10, guys. Nah, man, it wasn't great. It really wasn't. The build up to WrestleMania is looking pretty shite, guys. And hopefully we can improve, because at the moment these shows aren't great. But until next time, been Fog Wrestling. Thanks for watching, and peace.